this is actually going to be a quick video, which I say often, but never is the case, where I'm just going to highlight the key takeaways from section 1 of chapter 2. So the big things. 1, what is an argument? An argument is a collection of propositions where one of them, the conclusion, is supported by the others, which are known as the premises. Another way of thinking about that, it's a collection of propositions where one of them, the conclusion, is derived from the others, namely the premises. And that derivation is either in the form of an inductive or deductive inference. So when you're looking at these collection of propositions, propositions are the truth functional content of sentences, basically. Now, some sentences don't have truth functional content. Questions, for example, declarative sentences. I haven't taken grammar in like a bazillion years, so I don't remember all these things. But things like, clean your room. No. Or, hey, are you hungry? No. But the jacket is blue, right? Now, whether or not it's true, maybe I have a super filter on, right? What does it mean to be blue? But again, we can at least assess the truth value of that sentence. The jacket is blue. So sentences are ways of conveying propositional content. Arguments are collections of propositions typically conveyed via sentences where one, the conclusion, is supported or established or derived from the others, the premises. Now, when you're reading arguments, you need to be able to identify which thing is the conclusion and then which things are the premises. So typically you want to look for things that are called indicator words. The biggest indicator word for conclusions and arguments is therefore. Obviously, in conclusion is another conclusion indicator word. It follows that, the always popular ergo. So anything that's showing, now this is my point. Premise indicator words are things that are indicating reasons. The big one is since, or because, or for the reason that. So these are things that indicate premises. Now, sometimes, not so often for us, because I want to get you comfortable practicing without tricking you, but sometimes you won't have indicator words, in which case you need to look for that inferential flow in the sentence, in the passage, where you need to figure out which of the sentences are supporting the other. If I said things like, chocolate is delicious, pastries are delicious, I loved my time in France, therefore I love chocolate croissant. Oh, I said therefore. But sometimes you won't have the therefore, right? In this case, it would be chocolate is delicious, pastries are delicious, I loved my time in France, I love chocolate croissant, right? So you could kind of figure out the relationship between those things. That's not the best example, but you want to look for those. The last thing you want to know from section 1 in chapter 2 is what standard form is. So standard form is in an argument where you list the premises first and then the conclusion. Oftentimes when you're writing or reading philosophy, the conclusion comes at the very beginning. Like really good philosophical articles will have the conclusion, the point of the paper, right up front. And then the rest of the paper is kind of supporting that. But when you list an argument in standard form, you list the premises first, and then the very last thing is the conclusion. As we develop our understanding of arguments more, we'll get more sophisticated and technical accounts of standard form. But for right now, premises first, last thing is the conclusion. That's basically the highlights for chapter 2, section 1. If you have any questions about that, feel free to send me an email.